Good morning, students. My name is Amit Pandya, and today I will discuss class 11th first poem, A Photograph, written by Shelley Tulson. So, students, the poem Photograph is composed in a blank verse. So, what do we mean by blank verse? A blank verse is a poem with no rhyme. It is most frequently used in English dramatic, epic, and reflective verses. Here, the title of the poem, A Photograph, is very appropriate as it reminds the poet of her mother. Secondly, what do we mean by a photograph? So, photograph is something that captures a certain moments of someone's life, and it might change in course of time, but the memories attached with the photographs are eternal. So, in this poem, the poet's mother is no more, but the photograph makes her memories comes alive. So students, let's understand the poem, A Photograph. The cardboard shows me how it was when the two girl cousins went paddling, each one holding one of my mother's hands, and she the big girl, some 12 years or so. So students, in these lines, the poet is looking at an old photo album which is made up of a cardboard. In the picture, there are three girls who are walking on the beach holding each other's hand. And she, the big girl, some 12 years or so, she hears referred to poet's mother, and she is in the middle. The other two girls on each side of her are younger than poet's mother, and she's around 12 years old when this picture was taken. Next lines. All three stood still to smile through their hair at the uncle with the camera. A sweet face my mother's that was before I was born, and the sea, which appears to have changed less, washed their terribly transient feet. Transient means short term or temporary. So students, in these lines, the poet described how the photograph was taken. Her mother's uncle took the photograph and told them to stop and pose. All three stood still, means motionless, to smile through their hair at the uncle with the camera. Here, photograph shows that all three girls left their wet hair open and smiled at the camera. A sweet face my mother's that was. Here, poet's attention is drawn towards her mother's face, which is described as a sweet face. Before I was born means the photograph was taken long before the poet was born. And the sea, which appears to have changed less, washed their terribly transient feet. Here, the poet recalls their feet terribly transient, as they were so young by then and now they had grown older. On the other hand, the sea which touched their feet has changed less. Next lines. Some 20-30 years later, she would laugh at the snapshot. See, Betty and Dolly, she would say, and look how they dress us for the beach. Here in these lines, the poet says that after 20-30 years later, she would laugh at the photograph, she means poet's mother, and would tell me, Mimi, poet, to look at her cousins, Betty and Dolly, and how their parents would dress all three of them for the beach. They would have probably planned to take a photograph beforehand. Next lines. The sea holiday was her past, mine is her laughter, both wry with the labored ease of loss. In these lines, the sea holiday was her past mean. Here, the poet recalls the sea holiday was her mother's favorite moment from the past. Mine is her laughter, while the poet's favorite moment from the past was her mother's laughter. Both the women wry with labored ease of loss. Both the poet and her mother would think about those past memories which they cannot live again. But yes, they tried their best to adjust to what they lost. Next lines. Now she has been dead nearly as many years as that girl lived, and of these circumstances there is nothing to say at all. Its silence silences. Silences means a complete absence of sound. So students, in this line, the poet says that her mother died 12 years ago, the same age her mother was in the photograph, and of these circumstances there is nothing to say at all. It means whenever the poet thinks of her mother's death, she cannot explain what effect she has of her mother's death. And the term its silence silences means death has silenced her mother, which has also left her speechless. So students, now it's time to look at the poetic devices used in this poem. And mainly there are three poetic devices used in this poem. The very first one is alliteration, and alliteration is the repetition of initial letters, generally a consonant, of several words making the stressed syllable in a line of poetry. And the example of the alliteration in the poem are like stood still. You can see the word S is repeated through there. T, these two same consonant letters are repeated. My mother's terribly transient, T, and silences, SS. These words are repeated. Now the second one is oxymoron. Now what is oxymoron? Oxymoron, a term which contradicts itself. The example is given here, like labored ease. Both the word labored and ease are contradictory to each other. When we talk about ease, it shows comfort, and labor, that shows physical toil and work. So these two words, labored and ease, are contradictory to each other, and that is why it is an example of oxymoron. The last one which is used is transferred epithet. Now what is it? Transferred epithet is a description which refers to a character or event but is used to describe a different situation or character. Now in this example, you can see the transient feat is a transferred epithet in the poem. It refers to the human feat, but it is used to describe the lack of permanence of human life. The sea is constant and eternal, while the human feet which are being washed away by the sea are transient. So my dear students, it was my small efforts to make you understand this poem. I hope you have understood. Thank you very much and stay healthy.